Howdy, yokes. Before we get started today, we wanted to let you know that this episode of Bacon and Eggs is brought to you by our patrons. But we're not even actually going to talk about our patrons today. I know you hear me talk about our patrons like every single week, and you're probably like, man, I wonder if I should do that Patreon thing. If you haven't, you totally should. You won't regret it. But what I really want to talk to you about is the iTunes rating system. I have no idea if this helps us or hurts us, but it would really mean a lot to us because I just want to see like 300 ratings next to our name. If you, dear listener, could go into iTunes and leave a review for the show, especially if you like it, like a 5-star review, that would be super duper rad. So if you are an Apple user and you are on the iTunes podcast app, or if you're not, but you have it because it comes on your phone, that's pretty cool. Go over to that app and rate the show. Give us an honest 5-star rating and leave a nice little review that I can go read and feel happy about myself. We're trying to grow those numbers, and those really help us succeed. I don't know how the algorithm works at all. So, yeah, I think we're going to, please do that. That would mean so much to me. If we get to 300, then Ethan will give you a virtual high five. Yeah, it's more like a mythical high five. You'll get a high five from Ethan, but it'll be in your mind, an imaginary high five. Anyway, thank you so much for reviewing the show, and thank you even more for listening. Howdy, yokes, and welcome back to Bacon and Eggs. I'm Tyler Carlin,
and I'm Ethan Edgehill,
and today we're busting ghosts.
Or maybe we're just violating laws set by the EPA.
That's the same joke. So are you the Jaws mayor?
Because I'm Ozzy Osbourne.
And today we're bringing you
Ghostbusters, the 2016 one.
Oh, no, wait, there's music that plays. Hold on, sorry.
Yeah, you can't just... Bustin' makes me feel good.
Directed by Paul Feig, which is a name that I know. How do I know this name?
He does Melissa McCarthy movies.
Oh, well, I've seen more of those than I can count.
He did Spy.
Spy was good.
Let's see. He did
July 15th, 2016, 1,285 days ago on a $144 million budget. That's $119 million more than Ghostbusters 1984. And it made, you're going to love these statistics, $229.1 million worldwide, $65 million less than Ghostbusters.
And that's 2016 money compared to 1984 money.
Yeah. Whew. 74% critic rating and a 50% audience rating on Rotten Tomatoes. That's 23 and 38% less than Ghostbusters 1984. Respectively, and a 60 on Metacritic, 11 less than Ghostbusters 1984. Ethan, do you have a negative review?
I do. I have a negative critical review from professional critic Michelle Keisner from The Movie Sleuth. So, professional. Don't know what The Movie Sleuth is. And she says, from top to bottom, this movie fails both as a remake and as a standalone film.
Oh, poor lady.
Now, I picked that review because it's one of the few negative reviews on Rotten Tomatoes that didn't just attack the movie for being full of women. Because Rotten Tomatoes critics suck sometimes.
Well, they don't work for Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, okay, but so movie critics that write for publications like, I don't know, where's one? Flick Direct.
Anthony Lane of The New Yorker liked it.
Good for Anthony Lane. You know, probably would have hated this is Richard Brody.
I did not see his review. But he says, so how do the Ghostbusters of today shape up against the boys of yesteryear? Pretty well.
Anthony Lane sat down in that movie theater and said, I like Ghostbusters movies. I'm glad there's another one.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
Okay, I feel like there is, so we don't have a guest this week, which I feel like we could have had a female guest, but I have the flu, and we're recording this in the middle of the day, and we decided to do this last night, and we couldn't get a guest. But all in all, I think this movie's probably a 0. I don't think you need to see it on the binary scale.
Yeah, need to is a strong word. It's like if you really liked the original and wanted to see a thing that calls itself a remake, but isn't.
You could tell, I think when they sat down, they were like, let's shot for shot this bad boy. Let's just make it the same dang thing.
This seems like, no, this is Ghostbusters told through a telephone.
Exactly. So let's shot for shot this bad boy. And then they
sat down around a table and realized that no one had ever seen Ghostbusters.
Yes. They were like, okay, I think there was a scene. I know the don't cross the streams, but they don't say it so explicitly, right? That just goes on t-shirts.
Yeah, this is the first time in my life I have ever been watching a movie and been like, hey, can you make a couple more references to the original? Just 1 or 2.
Just give me something.
Like when they were almost there when they like pulled up to the firehouse and they were like, "Oh, we can't afford the firehouse." That was cool. That was a cute little moment. I was like, okay, they're not going to do the exact same thing, but they played reference to it. You know, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
But then, like, you know, you get Kate McKinnon like awkwardly dancing around saying, "Don't cross the streams."
Yeah, she's like, if you do it, then it'll be the beams.
So Kate McKinnon is Saturday Night Live person, right?
They're all of them are, except for Melissa McCarthy, right? And obviously Chris Hemsworth.
I don't know much about any of these people.
Oh, I've seen a lot of movies that these women are in.
This might be the first movie I've ever seen with Kristen Wiig in it.
Okay, so I want to...
Actually, I'm going to totally derail this whole shenanigan for about 30 seconds because I have a fact that I need to share, and I don't know where else to share it for any reason. Tyler, I have not seen the movie The Quiet Place, but you have, and you love it.
Yeah, real good.
Are you familiar with the sound? I found myself deep down a YouTube rabbit hole at 4:30 in the morning last night because I couldn't sleep for some reason. Okay. And Tyler, you know the sound that the monsters in The Quiet Place make? They're like echolocation sound.
I imagine it's just like a loud...
No, it's like a clicky noise. Yeah, you know how they made that sound in the Foley workshop?
I don't know. How did they
By
do that?
tasing a grape.
Oh, they did surgery
Somebody
on a grape.
tased a grape. I want to be a Foley engineer so badly. I want to just like intern in or just be a fly on the wall in one of those workshops just for like 4 days. To see how they get to like, well, we need a clicky sound. We're going to tase a grape and then slow it down.
Dan Aykroyd was in it.
He was a cab driver.
Oh, he was a cab driver. Gosh.
Anyway, Ghostbusters. Kate McKinnon clearly did not have a script for this movie.
No, they were like, hey, Kate McKinnon, do you want to do Ghostbusters? And she was like, do what? And then like that was it. That was the whole conversation.
Right, like everybody else at the table had a script except her.
I think what stresses me out, I mean, this is good, right? The villain, according to the Rotten Tomatoes order, which may not be billing, but the villain is the 19th billed character. So he's such an afterthought in the whole thing.
It's probably order of appearance.
Is it order of appearance? He shows up pretty freaking early.
Does he?
Before Andy Garcia and Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, well, yeah. Sigourney Weaver's in this?
She's in the post credits.
I did not watch those because okay. So the only I saw this movie in theaters in the year of our Lord 2016.
Did you really?
I saw this. I thought I told you this last week. I saw this in theaters at the Paragon in Newport News in 2016.
Well,
I was part of the $229 million this movie didn't make.
I think it's important that you. I would recommend if it were still in theaters. I would say go see it.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. So okay, I've got a whole lot of thoughts banging around in my head here. Kate McKinnon was actively on Saturday Night Live while this was going on, while this movie was made.
Okay.
So I guarantee you, they were just like, oh, she's got improv chops. We're just going to not give her a script. Bill Murray never had a script, but like Kate McKinnon, while fantastic, is no Bill Murray.
I don't think anybody's Bill Murray.
No, only Bill Murray can be Bill Murray that can walk into into Caddyshack without a script and make that movie happen.
It was amazing. He walked in with like a list of scenes, right?
Yeah, he would get this is the famous one, the scene where he's playing golf with the flowers.
Yeah.
All the script said there was Carl is cutting the heads off flowers. And he's just Cinderella Man at Augusta with the golf club. They literally turned the camera on anytime he walked on set and was just like, something's gonna happen.
This is gonna be great. Oh, he's so good in Caddyshack. Here's my thing about the 2016 Ghostbusters. I'm like upset because I know Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, Kate McKinnon, and Leslie Jones, and Chris Hemsworth all have the chops to have made an unbelievably good Ghostbusters remake.
Oh, for sure.
I truly think this cast has everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even Paul Feig has it. He did Spy. You know how good Spy was? A Simple Favor. That's what he did that I loved.
Spy is the only time in recent memory that I have liked Melissa McCarthy in a movie that I've seen. I do not love the character she plays or that she is like cast into.
No, I totally agree with you there. I'm on board with that. I've seen The Kitchen, which I didn't particularly like. That was sort of like a serious role. She got the Oscar for Can You Ever Forgive Me?
Yeah, apparently that's it. Apparently that's a great movie. She was nominated. I haven't seen it simply because like I'm so burnt out on these. Well, I didn't hear about it until the night of the Oscars is really why I didn't see it. but I'm so burnt out on these Melissa McCarthy characters where she just plays these like frumpy, like doesn't, can't dress herself. She's the fat woman in all these movies, and that's like her whole character. And this was better than most of those, but it still was very like, this is a movie about women directed by a man.
Yes, I do think that the male director was although he did such a good job with Simple Favor. It was so good.
I'm sure he did. But like, this was the kind of movie where they were going for like, this is Paul Blart Ghost Cop. Like, they're not trying to win with this one. They were trying to make people laugh, and nobody saw it. Like, they missed.
So I will tell you, it did miss, right? It failed at the box office. It flopped.
Yeah, that's not me saying anything. That is a statistical fact. Like, this lost money.
Yeah. It did have some high highs, but it had some low lows.
Yeah.
So like the whole sequence with the mayor.
Andy Garcia.
Anytime Andy Garcia or what's the other SNL girl's name that was like his assistant?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't watched SNL in a long time. I miss a lot of these people.
I'll figure it out because I don't want to say Andy Garcia. And
this is definitely order of appearance. Is how
Cecily
these people
Strong. Cecily Strong.
This is 100% order of appearance.
On Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah.
There's no way, because the first person to appear on screen is Zach Woods, and he's 14th.
No, he's first.
On Rotten Tomatoes?
No, not on Rotten Tomatoes. I never use Rotten Tomatoes to look up. You got to stop this. You cannot be working from a false source and then, like, talk to me about what's right. I'm on the Internet Movie Database.
Is it internet? I thought it was international.
No, it's Internet Movie Database. IMDb's been around a long time, to the point when they were like, it's the internet. You don't have to call anybody or go to the library. Yeah, it's Zach Woods, Kristen Wiig, Ed Begley Jr., Charles Dance, which is the order they appear on screen in this movie.
Correct. This is Ghostbusters Afterlife. I need Ghostbusters 2016.
I
am excited about Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's going to be on the show. We've got a new franchise.
Yeah, we had to pick up a franchise somewhere. I guess it's going to be Ghostbusters, which I do. It's a Paul Rudd Ghostbusters movie directed by the dude who did the original one's son, who is one of my favorite directors. This is a complete win.
Yeah, or it sucks.
There's no way it sucks.
But the truth is, this didn't would I buy the Blu-ray of this movie? No. If it's on TV while I watch it, probably not. If somebody else is already watching it.
Oh, this is what I was going to talk about. This is why I wouldn't. So I saw this in theaters. This is the track I was on. I saw this in theaters, but it's been a long time. It's been 4 years. Probably not quite 4 years, 3.5 years. So I don't really remember like exactly what happened and what didn't happen, but we watched the extended version today.
What did it add?
No idea. I just said that.
Oh, sorry.
But
we did watch the extended version.
It made the movie like 2 hours and 20 minutes long.
It's so long.
And there was a couple scenes where I definitely thought they were added. Like when Kristen Wiig is talking to her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, whoever that guy was, he comes up to her halfway through the movie and it's just like, what are you doing? And then if they had taken
that out, then it would have been like in the beginning.
No,
not that
completely. Not that one. But the conversation that what is her name?
You got to get the names.
I know. Well, so it's Patty and Holtzman. They have that whole conversation about like, oh, there's no way that guy can have sex.
They're talking about how he can dance. Yeah. Yes, I thought that was
definitely a deleted scene.
I was cackling during that.
But this is the thing is like I hate a movie that makes me point out the things that like I loved the fact Andy Garcia was on screen. Anytime he was on screen, I laughed and I liked it. Possibly just because I love the Ocean's movies. But
I loved how he was like such an idiot. Cecily Strong would be like, no, there's two women. There's one inside the other box. He's like, no. I saw her get chopped in half.
I am not the Jaws mayor. Never call me the Jaws mayor ever.
I thought that was funny.
And it took me just because I haven't seen him in anything since I think Ocean's 13, which was 13 years ago.
Oh my God, I'm old.
Yeah, and so he's like definitely gotten older, and I was like, is that somebody trying to be Andy No, that's Andy Garcia. That's Terry Benedict.
Ozzy Osbourne.
And if you're gonna mess with Terry Benedict, you better goddamn no.
But
like, I hate a movie where, especially like a female-centric movie that not forces me, but where I sit back and think like, oh man, when this dude was on screen, it was great. Because like the script for this movie is bad. That's really what it comes down to, is this is a bad script.
It is a bad script, and I wish it didn't...
Like, the effects are fine. I'm sure the people in the movie acted it as well as it could possibly be acted. They're all competent, famous actors.
And the deliveries on the jokes that were good were good.
Yeah, there's bad jokes.
Yes, I felt like Kate McKinnon needed more direction, and I felt like the other three needed less. Like, Kristen Wiig is a funny person, but the whole movie, her only joke is thinking that Chris Hemsworth's hot.
Yeah, they just like, this is they somehow managed to make this movie about women be misogynistic.
Yes.
Like, usually that's hard. You gotta make the movie about guys and have some women in it. This is like a women movie that is still just, like, gross.
Yes. I will say, speaking of gross, the lowest of the low, the whole movie, Melissa McCarthy in the bathroom, just, like, erupting slime.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. That's the Melissa McCarthy character, though. She is the Kevin James of women. They have pushed her into this corner, and I hate it.
I'm with you.
Kristen Wiig was on Saturday Night Live for 14 years.
Because she's funny, Ethan.
God, that's got to be exhausting, though.
Kenan Thompson, Ethan. His whole life.
I know.
There's not been a moment I've been alive where I haven't been able to turn on TV and see Kenan Thompson doing sketch comedy.
I mean, I remember... Yeah. God, Kenan Thompson, man. I have not... It appears, though, all three of these women quit Saturday Night Live in 2019, which is wild.
I did not know that.
Either that or they haven't, like, started it again for the year or something. I don't know.
Or maybe SNL's over.
Yeah, because it also says Kenan Thompson 2003 to 2019. They clearly just have not done Saturday Night Live yet.
Well, Kenan Thompson is off. He's producing all that.
He's off it?
He's going to all that.
He's quitting Saturday Night Live.
For all that.
Okay, you keep saying that like it means anything.
All That was the show that he was on before.
I know what All That is. They're bringing it back?
Yeah, he's producing it.
Oh, well, there's no way that the four people I looked up from Saturday Night Live all quit in 2019. That cannot be possible. Unless Lorne Michaels turned into a huge racist.
Who's Lorne Michaels?
The Saturday Night Live guy.
Okay, is he like the producer?
Yes, he's the owner, the creator, the guy. Yeah, I remember Kenan Thompson election coverage of the second Bush term. Like, that is how long Kenan Thompson's been on Saturday Night Live. Is I remember him doing fake coverage for the second time George Bush got elected in 2004.
Just wild.
Anyway, Kenan Thompson not in this movie. Kenan Thompson could have benefited this movie greatly.
You could have dropped him in anywhere.
The use of Chris Hemsworth in this movie is despicable.
What, that he's an idiot, or
just the whole thing? His whole character is just like, I get that he's dumb, but like nobody is that dumb.
Oh yeah, it's like
he's got a couple. Though, if you listen really closely, he's got a couple great one-liners that I don't know if they were scripted or not. Where he's looking at the freaking fish tank and going, fish tanks are just submarines for fish.
I like how he tries to get the phone.
Yeah.
Through the aquarium.
But no, Chris Hemsworth, he's just dumb, man. He's just the big, dumb, and beautiful. As I loved Patty. Patty is the best part about this movie.
Patty, trying to think through the characters to see if I agree with that sentiment.
Well, like, out of the main four,
I think she
was the one that made me laugh.
They all made me laugh. I was surprised how much I laughed in the 140 minutes it took me to watch this movie.
It is so long.
We were talking about it beforehand, and we were like, I mean, should we do like an Oscar nom? But that's like almost 3 hours. And I was like, this will probably be just an easy 90 minutes to just knock out. And I like pressed play, and when I do that, I always press pause to see how long it is. And it was like 2 hours and 21 minutes to go. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this is going to take forever.
It's a long movie.
It was paced decently well. I didn't feel like I was sitting down for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
I did. It's a long movie. It did not need to be that long.
I think, okay, so let's talk about scenes. Towards the end, there is like an Avengers-style skybeam, like fight the faceless horde scene. I want to know your thoughts on this thing's whole existence.
What are you talking about? When did this happen?
Like towards the end, there is a scene where like after Kristen Wiig shows up with the Swiss Army knife and pops a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, they like fight a bunch of ghosts on the ground with their like gadgets.
What about it?
I thought this was an interesting thing to include because this was not an original Ghostbusters thing. This is clearly just we're making a movie in the mid-20-teens thing.
Yeah, we have CGI now.
Right. We're just gonna.
You want ghosts? We have as many ghosts as you want.
It's just Control-C, Control-V.
Yeah, ghost.
Ghost here.
Industrial Light and Magic's not busy. There's no Star Wars this year.
Is that true?
No, there's Rogue One.
Oh, so good.
No, still not a thing. Still not good. Still a bad movie. Probably third worst.
We'll see.
Yeah, third worst.
I found that since it's all ended, that I just love them all.
You tweeted a disgusting tweet about Star Wars.
How dare you? It was
Where
a
you
great
said,
tweet.
there's a version of myself I trust putting number 3 at the top.
At the tippy top, yep.
You're insane. You are broken.
No. You're broken.
Because I don't think Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars movie.
It's about imagination and belief.
Did you forget what we just witnessed, what J.J. Abrams just did for us, and what Rian Johnson did for us?
I believe you saw, I think 9 is pretty close to the top on that list I put together.
It doesn't matter. You put 3 above everything else.
I think it was 3-8. Real quick on Star Wars. I never got to review Last Jedi on this show because I was on my honeymoon. And we've talked about it a lot. I watched it for the first time since theaters yesterday. Do you want to know what I think about it, Ethan?
Yeah, go for it. It's better than Revenge of the Sith, I'll tell you that much.
It is quite possibly my favorite movie, like comma period.
That is a wild statement you just said there.
It is so good.
I'll tell you straight, here's the wild thing, I'll tell you straight up. It is, off the top of my head, my second favorite Rian Johnson movie.
Behind Knives Out?
Yeah.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh, that was my movie of the year, for sure. No brainer, hands down.
Everybody I've spoken to has said that it's amazing.
It is immaculate.
I have no doubt that people are correct with that review.
Yeah, I could not be more happy for Daniel Craig to not be James Bond anymore, so he can just do stuff like that all the time.
I'm excited to see what other cool stuff Rian Johnson does.
Oh yeah, having Rian Johnson, I would love for Rian Johnson to remain unattached from franchises. I would also love for Chris Evans to remain unattached from franchises because he was delightful in that movie as well.
Have you seen some of his other stuff, especially some of the stuff he's directed?
Chris Evans?
Yeah.
What has he directed?
He did this movie where he plays like a jazz musician, and it's not good.
Okay, well, when he's working with Rian Johnson, he's pretty good. He basically plays a Lucas Lee character.
That's funny. Oh my God. So until...
I just wrote Christ Evans into...
Look at Chris Evans. Oh my God. The turn that his career took when he was in Scott Pilgrim and Captain America.
What do you mean?
Like, he was in one fresh movie between 2001 and 2010. And it was Sunshine as Mace. I don't even know if that...
Love that movie.
Never heard of it.
It's about Chris Evans and Cillian Murphy go restart the sun.
That sounds awesome.
It is awesome. Yeah, it is awesome.
Since 2010, he has been in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rotten movies and more movies than the first decade.
I didn't listen to a single word you said about the first decade, except for that he was in Sunshine. So
that was the only fresh movie he was in from 2001 to 2010.
Oh, he was in Snowpiercer, which is getting a TV show, which is wild.
That is weird.
Snowpiercer was a really good movie that, like,
but it was only in theaters for like a day.
Yeah, well, it's like a South Korean action movie, so, you know.
2.8 million at the box office.
Yeah, it was a South Korean action movie. Like, it wasn't made for here. It's like an art action piece, but it's getting a TV show, and it like barely filled its runtime.
Bong Joon-ho. Oh my gosh, that's the dude from Parasite. Mm-hmm. I'm yet to see Parasite, but
I heard of Parasite this morning.
Oh no, it was playing at the Grandin. So I looked it up, and I also have a soft spot for Asian-led cinema. I don't know why.
People seem to be upsetty spaghetti that not The Departed. What's the movie?
The Departed.
No, with Awkwafina in it.
Parasite.
No, not that one. The one that was in Chinese that you said you didn't like because it was in Chinese.
Oh, I did not like
okay,
it.
Well,
I know what you're saying. I didn't dislike it. I want to be clear, though. I didn't dislike it because...
Yeah, that was the wrong way to say it. That was completely me. What is the movie called?
I'm looking it up right now because I did see it, so I want to know. The Farewell.
The Farewell. Yeah. Okay. Well, so I was not that far off with The Departed.
Correct. Yeah. The Farewell. I didn't dislike it because it was in Chinese. I disliked it because I honestly think I didn't get it. It was beautiful. Holy
That's what I was trying to say. Is it like it was just out of your sort of immediate range for the place you were at when you saw it?
Yes. It is very, very pretty. And it's a good movie. I would definitely recommend it. 98% critic score is accurate.
Snowpiercer's worth a watch. As far as Bong Joon-ho movies go.
If you look, Bong Joon-ho has never directed a bad film.
I believe it.
Awkwafina also never been in a bad film.
You could definitely tell, like, there were some moments. It's a very well cinematographed, filmed movie, but, like, you could definitely tell they were working with, like, sort of the extent of their budget.
How much do you think in 2000, what was this, like 2015? What do you think Chris Evans
2013.
cost in 2013?
Lots. It's just also it was clearly like a very complicated movie to pull off.
Who's that?
It takes place entirely on a train, so like everything that had to be CGI'd in the background was constantly moving.
Yeah, because it's on a train.
Yeah, so like that was a lot of like where it sort of fell apart, but also where you could tell that it was like, we don't have the money for this.
Listen to this cast.
Because we got to pay Chris Evans, Tilda Swinton, Octavia Spencer, John Hurt, Ed Harris, and a bunch of Koreans.
Jamie Bell.
I don't know who Jamie Bell is.
Sounds familiar. Hold on. Maybe I'm thinking of Josh Bell.
Who's Josh Bell? Josh Bell is... Wait, who's Josh Bell?
Drake and Josh.
That's Josh Peck.
You're right. I'm thinking
that's Drake Bell and Josh Peck.
God, the names are so boring. I thought I knew who this
four
guy
whole
was.
syllables between them.
Oh, Jamie Bell. This is going to be sad that this is the person you're going to know it from. He was the Thing in the Fantastic.
No, he was in Rocket Man.
He was also in Rocket Man. Yeah, he was Bernie Taupin.
Yeah, he was the manager.
Yeah.
The friend. Yeah. Sad movie.
Rocket Man?
Yeah.
I liked it.
I did too, but it's sad. He was married to Evan Rachel Wood for 2 years and is now married to Kate Mara. That's a wild, wild thing.
Hey, he must have really liked working with her in Fantastic.
Who, Kate Mara?
Yeah.
Got married in 2017. Oh, Kate Mara's the one from House of Cards. I don't remember anything about Fantastic Four, Fantastic. I may as well have not seen it.
Oh, I saw it more than once.
In theaters?
I think so. I think I saw it with
you and me and Connor Grief and someone else went to see that movie.
I think I also saw it with Hunter, but that wouldn't track because he would have been way out of college at this point.
Yeah, I know we saw it. I fell asleep for a few minutes, but...
It was so bad. It was so
bad. It was such a comfy theater, man.
That's important, though. So this is important. That was so bad. It was not like Ghostbusters 2016 was considerably better.
Oh, yeah.
Much more watchable.
If my choice is between Ghostbusters 2016 and Fantastic Four, the remake, I love Michael B. Jordan. I love Miles Teller. I will pick Ghostbusters 2016 100 times out of 100.
Yeah. This movie was so bad.
Crazy that that's the movie that gave us Michael B. Jordan.
No.
First time I ever saw him in anything.
That's not true. A movie you love, Chronicle.
Oh, man, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't think I put that together till right now.
Man, you want to talk about a movie I love.
Yeah, great movie.
Great movie. More hand camera films 2020.
Bro, seriously. Except, like, stop making Cloverfield movies.
Hashtag put Laura Dern in every movie.
Stop making Cloverfield movies. Challenge 2K20.
Hashtag put Laura Dern in the Cloverfield series.
Laura Dern probably is in the Cloverfield series somewhere. Because there's been 3 different movies with 3 completely different casts.
Correct. I'm curious how they're going to bring that all together.
I don't know that they are.
What I really want is, like, in the new Morbius movie, all of a sudden, out of freaking nowhere, Cloverfield monster, John Goodman, like, the whole thing just comes together. And you're like, what? We were building this the whole time.
Yeah, John Goodman and Ramona Flowers are the leads in that movie. I forgot about this movie entirely. 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I liked that movie. I really, really enjoyed that one. I liked that one. I liked the original Cloverfield. I don't know what the other one is.
It's the Cloverfield Paradox. The one that they like.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see it.
Put in after the Super Bowl a couple years ago. They were like, hey, there's a new Cloverfield movie in 5 minutes on Netflix.
And there it was.
Yep. I haven't seen 10 Cloverfield Lane. I don't think ever, actually.
It's good. You should watch it. You'd really like it.
People did not love the Cloverfield Paradox. I'll tell you that much. The Netflix one.
They like dropped it, and then everybody was like, this sucks.
People did not love that one. Although I probably assumed that Cloverfield, the original, had more critical acclaim than it did.
I think because it was in a sold-out theater, I just assumed that it was good.
There's so many people in that movie.
77%. That's not bad.
That's not bad. For a hand camera movie, that's crazy.
It's not as good as Chronicle. Probably not as good as Blair Witch, but I liked it.
Wait, what is the Rotten Tomatoes score for Chronicle?
85.
Jesus Christ.
Rock on, Chronicle.
Gotta watch Chronicle again. What a great movie.
I know.
Yeah, 85%. Michael B. Jordan is Steve Montgomery. You're exactly right. That's crazy. I have not seen Fruitvale Station. I need to watch that movie. That was the first Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler team up.
I'm sure it's great then.
Oh, yeah. It's supposed to be amazing. I just haven't seen it. I think it's really sad.
I love movies, dude.
94%. Yeah, I think it's like a Moonlight type movie. It's like that kind of heavy.
Oh, Moonlight. So that's kind of how The Departed, The Farewell. That's kind of how The Farewell
I was going to say, The Departed is heavy in a completely different way.
The Farewell. I think that's how I would describe that. Is similar to Moonlight.
The Departed is like the most misogynistic white dude movie ever. Like it is a fantastic movie. It deserved all the acclaim it got, but it is like the dorm room movie. It is worse than the Boondock Saints.
I don't know, man. Boondock Saints is pretty bad.
No, I mean, it's a bad movie, but like The Departed is a really good movie. But it's like it's the Boondock Saints to the next level. It's Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Mark Wahlberg as like the trio of leading guys, along with Martin Sheen and Jack Nicholson and Alec Baldwin.
Have you seen? Are you telling me to pull up The Departed? Or are you telling Siri? Who are you talking?
No, I just said I love The Departed.
Oh, I've never seen it. I have a clue what it's about. I imagine there's a lot of guns and killing though.
It's about cops.
Cops.
He's a good cop. It's from a family of good cops.
Is that The Departed?
That's The Departed.
Is this Leo?
Do you listen when I talk?
Sometimes. Look at that.
I just told you. It's DiCaprio, Mark Wahlberg, and Matt Damon.
I don't think Mark Wahlberg is allowed to act in movies with Leo. It's just not the same caliber.
And Alec Baldwin and Jack Nicholson and Martin Sheen.
Or do I respect Wahlberg more for being like, I could act with
Mark Wahlberg
with Leo, or I could just do these like Transformers movies, like really bad ones.
Yeah, I could be. You remember The Other Guys? What a movie!
The Other Guys, what a bop. He was also in. He produced Entourage. That was awesome.
Entourage, the movie, was one of those movies we saw in that week. We saw 4 movies.
Yeah,
I don't remember what the 4th movie was.
We have film Twitter friends who see like 4 movies. Like 4 movies in a week is like a slow week.
That was a crazy week for us. You and I went to see Entourage, Inside Out, Jurassic World, and something else.
I'm sure we can look at what was in theaters at the time.
Probably like Furious 7 or something.
That sounds right. I know there's one of those Fast and Furious. The one where Brian dies is.
That's the one.
I know that like I saw the movie, and I have always been a fan of the Fast and Furious franchise, and I just remember it not hitting me that hard.
I remember that as soon as he dies, it starts playing that "See You Again" song by Charlie Puth, and it just doesn't hit.
I mean, the sad thing
because then Wiz Khalifa comes in, he's just like, "Dang, who knew?" Sean Khalifa, man.
Rest in peace, Paul Walker.
Yeah, it's not great.
Not great.
Anyway, Ghostbusters, a movie that Paul Walker's definitely not in because he was not alive when it was made.
You don't think?
In 2016, Paul Walker had already died.
That's really sad.
It was like 2015, maybe 2014. When did Paul Walker die? 2013.
Man, that sucks. It's been a long day.
I just can't believe that song is that old.
It was like the most played song on YouTube for like a long time.
Yeah, well, that was the beginning of Charlie Puth. Anyway, Ghostbusters. What did you think of the new Ghostbusters theme from Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy?
I actually liked that one. They played like 3 different themes in the movie, which I thought was weird, but the Patrick Stump one I thought was pretty good. Yeah,
it was a wild pull there. And there's like a rapper in it, and he does some rapping, and if you listen to the stuff that person is saying, it is wild.
What does he say?
The only line that I actually picked out was, "I'ma smoke these ghosts like backwoods," which are like cigarillos that people pull the tobacco out for purposes.
Oh. Well, that's nasty.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up the lyrics. Ghostbusters 2016 theme song. I don't think it was Ghostbusters theme by Walk the Moon. That doesn't sound right.
That sounds like it's going to be a banger, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where did you find a Walk the Moon version of the Ghostbusters theme?
It just was the first thing that came up. Oh, there we go. Fall Out Boy featuring Missy Elliott. It's Missy Elliott. It's wild.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I thought it was a dude.
I did too. Well, that would not be the first time that I thought that about Missy Elliott. It's called I'm Not Afraid. Yeah, Missy Elliott in the Ghostbusters theme. Anyway, yeah, I did. I thought it was one of the better parts that they got for this movie. I did enjoy the updated, the updated theme song. I thought it was very cool. I always like it when they get Fall Out Boy to do songs, except for that one time that they did it with Big Hero 6, and I did not like that song.
You know what movie I love, though?
Big Hero 6, fantastic movie. That's my least... Fall Out Boy is one of my favorite bands, and that's one of my favorite Disney movies, and that is my least favorite Fall Out Boy song.
Like, across all of Fall Out Boy, that's
well, hold on. Okay. Let's pull up the Fall Out Boy chronology. Gonna dive down this rabbit hole real quick.
Yeah, hold on. You can't just... Immortals is a banger.
Hey, whoa. First of all, one, no, it's not. Second of all, you would like it less if you heard it played in front of you live acoustic. And it's just like, we could be immortals. Just Patrick Stump with an acoustic guitar. It's really weird like that.
Yeah.
He's just like playing the like, do, 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 do. do 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 part, and then just like starts doing chords and singing the song. And I was like, this is a really weird thing to do. All right, let's see. Every song on Take This to Your Grave is better. Every song on From Under the Cork Tree, including the 4 Japanese bonus tracks, all better. All the songs on Infinity on High are all better, including the bonus tracks. Same for Folie à Deux. Same for the Beat It cover by Fall Out Boy featuring John Mayer. Same for every song on Save Rock and Roll. Same for... it's the worst song on American Beauty, American Psycho. And yeah, then Mania came out, and probably not the case anymore. I don't remember half those songs.
Have you heard the original Patrick Stump remix of Sugar We're Going Down? Because this is awful.
Have you heard the album Soul Punk by Patrick Stump, his solo album?
Is it bad?
It's not. It's very weird, but it has some bangers. There was at one point, I can't find it anymore, but there was a Kanye West remix of My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark.
Was it good?
It was crazy. It was Kanye West.
Well, he makes some good stuff.
You know what's a banger? Summer Days by Martin Garrix featuring Macklemore and Patrick Stump.
There are a lot of remixes on that.
Not just the original one. I don't know any of the remixes off the top of my head. But yeah, so yeah, up until Mania came out, possibly still the case, it is my least favorite Fall Out Boy song. With the exception of that random EP of minute-long songs they put out between Save Rock and Roll and American Beauty.
So what's the best Fall Out Boy song?
It's going to be a really long recording block. I'm going to need about 3 hours to go and listen to the entire Fall Out Boy soundtrack. Although, you know what? I was watching... freaking the movie Rush, the Wes Anderson movie Rushmore, featuring Jason Schwartzman the other day. And I forgot, it came out like 1994 or whatever, but like there are so many mid-2000s emo bands that named songs after lines from that movie.
Really?
Yeah. Like Sick Transit Gloria, Glory Fades is a line from that movie.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. Somebody said it out loud and I was like, what?
Get out of my brain.
And then, like, literally the first song on the first Fall Out Boy album, Tell That Mick He Just Made My List of Things to Do Today, is a line from that movie.
I feel like naming your emo band songs after Wes Anderson lines.
Wes Anderson's lines, yeah.
Is probably, like, the only correct way to do it.
There was a song on, I believe It's a Real Boy by Say Anything that was named after a line in the movie as well. Possibly a different...
you, like me, occasionally have to name things in, like, a creative space, do you ever feel like if you like pull a title from like sort of what they're doing, pull a title from tattoos, I think are good examples. Pull a title from something. Do you ever feel like you got to find the balance between like this means something to me, but it's also an obscure enough reference that I'm not getting like the most basic possible thing tattooed?
Right. Like I don't have Dance Dance written on my body.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a wild thing. You know what? This just made me think of this. You know what's always confusing for my brain is when like things that I have always known, like that, where names of songs end up being a like a line from something that I figure out way later.
Right.
It's always trippy to me.
Do you ever feel like betrayed?
No, I mean I don't feel betrayed.
Like I think when I was watching,
hold on. When I found out that the Census Fail song "All the Best Cowboys Have Daddy Issues" was the name of a Lost episode, I felt betrayed.
I felt betrayed then. I would have also felt betrayed. I did feel betrayed when, like years after the fact, I heard in the movie, "I'm made of wax, Larry. What are you made of?"
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that was the moment where I was like, "What the dang heck?" A day to remember.
How did you get away with this?
Yeah. But it's like, you know, I found out years after the fact that Say Anything was a movie from the 80s starring John Cusack and not just a band from the early 2000s.
Did the band take the name from the Cusack movie?
Obviously.
Oh, I see. I wouldn't have put that together. I would have just thought
that's how you get band names. It's like The Devil Wears Prada. When I found out that was a movie and not just an angry Christian band, so I was like...
I didn't know which one of those came first.
So it was book, band, movie, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. But also it's one of those things where like The Devil Wears Prada is a much more recent invention than I would have thought, the band at least. Like that band, in my mind, by the time I heard of them in 2009, they had already been around forever. They might as well be as old as the Beatles. Like I just assume that bands could not possibly have been...
Formed.
Yeah, it's like I watched Asking Alexandria play at Warped Tour in 2009, and they had put out their first album ever a month before that.
But
wild. I was like, these guys are playing Warped Tour. They're huge, which they were, but it's still like they existed as of that month.
Right. They're huge now.
Yeah. I mean, they still have not yet peaked over that one song they put out in 2009.
I wouldn't even know what that is.
Yeah, I know, but that's a It's their hit.
Oh, hold on. You know what band people were sleeping on is Paramore.
Oh yeah, no, that's just us, dude. That was just you and me. Everyone got it except us.
I think what happened was like, it might have been you, might have been me. I don't know. I'm not pointing fingers. Somebody was just like, I've decided I like all of the Fuel bands except Paramore. And everybody else was like, yeah, I'm gonna go along with that. And
I remember hearing, it was definitely me. I remember hearing the song Crush, Crush, Crush in 2007 or whenever Riot came out and being like, I don't like this song. And I wrote the band off forever. I was like, there's no way they have anything valuable to add to music. Where were we? Oh, Paramore.
This is Ghostbusters podcasting.
We're talking about Paramore. But yeah, no, so I like in 2007 or whatever, I did not like the song Crush, Crush, Crush. And I was like, I'm 13 or whatever, 14. And I was just like, well, obviously it means this band has no worthwhile material whatsoever and never will. And then like 2 years later, people tried to cancel them because freaking Misery Business says the word whore in it. And I was like, oh yeah, validated. Cool. Never should like Paramore to begin with. Obviously toxic. And then I saw them open for Fall Out Boy in 2014, and I was like, this is the greatest band that's ever existed.
They're so good.
They're the incredible live show. Absolutely incredible. I mean, Haley Williams is truly just a performer. And yeah, so it was just wild. Paramore's the best. We definitely slept on Paramore. But let's get back to Ghostbusters.
So
such a satisfying spoonerism.
It is. So we talked briefly about the CGI scene earlier. I actually really liked it. Like when they were just fighting off faceless hordes of ghosts, like with hand-to-hand
combat. I don't even remember this happening. So like,
I'm surprised you watched it today, right?
Yeah, but I'm very sleepy.
Well, there was a part of the movie where they just like fight off a horde of ghosts.
Yeah, you explained it already. You're not gonna make me remember it existing.
I know, but maybe the listener is like, oh, is he talking about this part or that part? I'm talking about that part.
The part I remember is the 15-minute long scene at an Ozzy Osbourne concert.
That was awful. But it wasn't Ozzy. It was some like band that was so bad.
Opening for Ozzy Osbourne.
Yes, it was awful. I hated that part. But I liked the part where they had
it was
this
also definitely just it was just definitely a weird
ghosts moment.
No, but that one scene we were just talking about is a weird thing to put in a movie in 2016, being like, oh, why are we still listening to metal music? Like, just let people live, man. Like, we don't need the man coming down on metal music in 2016.
In Ghostbusters, in the female-led Ghostbusters.
Right. We are watching this after Ozzy Osbourne has been in a Post Malone song, so...
Is that true?
Yeah, dude. Take What You Want from Hollywood is Bleeding.
I listen to very little new music.
Oh, you should listen to Post Malone, man. That is a good record. Front to back.
I like Post Malone.
That was one of the ones where Post Malone was just like, he was like, hey, yo, Friday, new album on like Tuesday. And then it was like a 18-song album. Just like, yeah, what's up? Post Malone here.
My podcast Bagels did that.
Yeah, you should go listen to Take What You Want by Post Malone featuring Ozzy Osbourne. Take What You Want, yeah, featuring Ozzy Osbourne and Travis Scott.
I just listened to Crush, Crush, Crush by Paramore, which is a song I'd never heard before. And even...
Nothing compares to a quiet evening alone.
I just want to let you know you were wrong about that, too.
Oh, for sure. I have figured that out in the intro. And it may not have been that song. It may have been Misery Business. I don't think so. I feel like even in 2007, I would have been like, this is a banger.
This is so good.
Yeah, I'm in the business of misery. Let's take it from the top.
Ozzy Osbourne was such a weird person to throw into this movie.
Weird person to throw in this movie. There's literally a metal band that probably would have done it called Ghost.
I just don't understand why Ozzy Osbourne had to be the guy.
I don't understand why that was a scene that existed in this movie.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I agree. I don't understand why this scene happened at all. Like, I was sitting here watching the movie, and then all of a sudden it's like Dewey Finn is bringing the kids to...
Right.
Audition
this
for
ghost has
Battle
a case
of
of
the
sticking
Bands.
to demoniosis.
Yeah, and I was like, what is going on? Why is this the... But, like, he didn't end up attacking the crowd or anything. Like, he shows up at the event and he's like, people are the worst. I hate people. Everybody's so mean to me. And everybody's being nice to him. So it's like, that's not really true. Also, you're never going to find a nicer group of people than metal fans at a metal concert.
Metal fans. Yeah.
Gosh. You talk about some friendly
They're all there to
jammas.
just like the thing that they like that everybody tells them not to like.
Yeah, they should like they get to wear their weird outfits. Oh yeah, it's like going to Comic-Con and running into cosplay people and being like, why are you mean to me? It's like, what?
Yeah.
I'm the one taking a risk here.
Right. Yeah, I cannot imagine an Ozzy Osbourne fan like coming up to somebody. Like, you have to make a lot of choices to be an Ozzy Osbourne fan. Like, you have to be okay with the fact this man got on stage live in Germany. I think it was Germany, and bit the head off a bat.
I don't think I have a problem with that.
I don't either, but like that has to enter in the equation when you go to an Ozzy Osbourne concert. You are like, this man might bite the head off a bat on stage. Now, granted, he got in a ton of trouble for that, and it like there's a lot of stuff surrounding it. Like somebody just threw a bat on stage, and then he bit the head off that bat, and then was like, "That's probably a bad idea. I should go to the hospital. This bat might have like bat rabies." And then like PETA tried to come after him, and he was like, "No, mate. I love animals. I worked in a slaughterhouse."
Oh God.
It's like, I'm very good with animals.
Oh, man. Old Ozzy. Do you remember his show, The Osbournes?
No, I've never watched it in my life.
They just, like, dropped bleeps into the show. Like, I don't think people were actually swearing. They were just, like, the whole show was
it's
bleeped
that, like,
out.
Unnecessary censorship. There's, like, a YouTube channel that does that for all the Disney movies. It is hilarious. It's crude, and it's gross, and it's hysterical. It never fails to make me laugh. Where it's just like, do you want to bleep a snowman?
Reindeers better than people. Sven, don't you think that's true?
Oh, that's funny.
Your mind just fills in the gaps.
If you need to find Josh Gad saying swear words to drop in the middle of Do You Want to Build a Snowman, they're out there.
They are indeed out there.
So, Ghostbusters.
Oh, man. One day they're going to make Book of Mormon into a movie.
I don't know that they will.
Oh, they will? It's two TV guys that made it.
That's true. It is two TV guys. I do think what's interesting about Book of Mormon is I think like when it escapes the Broadway sphere, it's going to get like this weird faux offense to it, despite the fact that the Mormons have been on board with it from the beginning.
That already happened.
Really?
Yeah. Like when it was popular.
Was it like hip to be offended by it?
Okay, I'm back, but I am going to have to take another phone call here in a few. Just a great recording block.
I was just saying the same thing, that this is A+ podcasting with Tyler and Ethan, where we're available the whole time.
The people. Though, to be fair, I did say that this was going to be a weird day for me, but not that I think that you're upset, but the people that
no, I don't care.
Do the $10 thing are definitely getting their confusion worth out of this.
Oh, right, because there's just like
huge gaps. Yeah. Anyway, Ghostbusters. We have been bad at talking about this particular movie, and I knew that coming in because I didn't like it that much. And anytime I don't like the movie that much, I get scared and just don't talk about it.
Well, I don't like the idea of the movie. I think that there is a good female-led Ghostbusters movie out there to be made in the ether. I just don't think this was it.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely true. They should have just made Ghostbusters 3
and had them
with like Susie Vinkman and like their daughters. Just make them all have daughters.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like you got 4 dudes. Just make them all have daughters. It can be a coincidental little like keeping up the family business, and like one of them doesn't want to bust ghosts but feels bad about letting their dad down. Be right back, getting a pen, gonna write this movie.
I think that movie is coming out pretty soon.
Ghostbusters Afterlife? Yeah. No, it could take place in the middle. I don't know.
Ghostbusters 2.5.
Yeah. Ghostbusters Afterlife 2 that follows Peter Venkman, Egon Spengler, and Dan Aykroyd's daughter.
On their quest to hunt ghosts.
On their quest to hunt ghosts in the year, I don't know. They gotta be like in their mid-20s at least. So,
2006?
9? Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Assuming they all had kids in 1985, immediately after they were like, oh man, Ghost Crisis, better get on the kid thing.
What's weird is when I watch, I don't know how old they were in
Race Dance.
How old was Bill Murray in 1984?
How old was Bill Murray 1984? About 34 years old.
Okay.
Is what Google says.
So that tracks. Do you ever have to watch Friends?
No, I never have to watch Friends. Nobody has ever sat me down and made me watch Friends.
Okay, but you've seen the show.
Yeah, I've seen the show. I've seen the show all the way through.
You're in your mid-20s, not in New York, but you're in your mid-20s in a city where mid-20 somethings can buy nice apartments. Do you
let's
feel
see.
like any of those characters look your age?
I was going to say, I have never yet in my life looked as old as Courtney Cox did in the first episode of Friends.
Yes, I would agree. I also feel the same about How I Met Your Mother. I feel like Barney in episode 1 is still considerably older than I am now.
Yeah.
And definitely, Jason Segel has never looked younger than me.
So I'm 26, and Ross was supposed to be 26 in the first episode.
Well, they're inconsistent with the ages throughout the series.
Correct. But this says that within a month, in the pilot, he says he's turning 27 in a month.
Okay.
So, like, I do not look as old now as David Schwimmer did in that episode.
How old was he?
I'm about to find out.
Okay.
David Schwimmer's 53, so he was 28, I think. When did Friends start? 94?
Did it? Oh my God. No, there's no way. Because I watched the finale and I knew what was going on. And that would have been 10 years later. I guess it would have been 12.
Hang on. September 22nd, 1994. Boom goes the dynamite. David Schwimmer's born in 68? David Schwimmer. 66. So he was, 20. What? I can't do that math. 28. Yeah, 28.
Yeah, I'm looking
So he's 2 years older than the character he's playing.
I still feel like he looks way older than I do.
Yeah.
And he is, technically 2 years older, but Courtney Cox would have been playing somebody roughly our age, right? She was 2 years younger because she was still in high school.
Was she 2 years younger than Ross?
She was 1 or 2 years younger because...
Yeah, because she's 2 years older than David Schwimmer.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
So she was 30. She would have been 30, playing a 24-year-old.
Looking at, like, the photo of the pilot, though, none of these people look to be... Like, I don't know what age this is supposed to be. I don't look at this picture and think, oh, they're 35. I literally have no idea what age these people are supposed to look. Maybe that's by design. Maybe they're intentionally ageless looking. And I know with Friends that was the case because the ages of the characters jump around a lot.
Yeah, for sure. The only person here who looks like he could be in his early 20s or mid-20s is Joey.
Who I think was, like, the oldest, or maybe?
Nah, he's the youngest.
Is he really?
I believe. He's 51 now. I don't know how old Jennifer Aniston is.
She still looks the youngest, I can tell you that.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my God.
Jennifer Aniston's 50. Matthew Perry looks rough these days.
Yeah, it hasn't been his day, week, or month.
Has not aged well. He's 50.
Or year.
Yeah, it has not been his day, his week, his month, or his year. He hasn't really done anything since... David Schwimmer hasn't done anything, but Matthew Perry hasn't done much.
David Schwimmer, he was the giraffe in the Madagascar movies.
Lisa Kudrow is the oldest. She's 56 right now.
I never liked Phoebe. Even when
Phoebe? Yeah, me
even
either.
when the show was on.
Yeah, me either.
I felt like the show could have done fine without Phoebe or, honestly, Joey. Like, because it's about Ross and Rachel and Chandler and Monica. And then Joey.
Yeah,
Joey's
I mean,
your
I like
Barney.
Joey. I mean, I don't like Joey. Joey makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Just as, like, a human being.
Yeah, I don't know people like Joey.
Yeah, could he be any more misogynistic? Anyway, none of these people are Ghostbusters. Where do we even get on Friends? How did that start?
The point I'm trying to say is, how old is Kate McKinnon?
Oh, no idea. In her 30s, I would imagine. She's been on Saturday Night Live for a long time.
What do people in their 30s look like? People?
Kate McKinnon is 36.
So they just look like people then?
They look like people.
Okay. When you picture people in their 30s?
Let's bring it back around to, like, let's so we talked a lot about what we didn't like in this movie. Let's try to find some things that we do like in this movie so we don't just, like, poop on this movie for 2 hours.
I don't want to poop on it. I genuinely, like, did I think it was a great movie? No. Will I probably ever watch it again on purpose? No. But do I feel like I wasted 2.5 hours? Also, no.
No. I mean, yeah, no, not really. It takes a lot these days for me to feel like I wasted my time watching a movie. It's like I have spent worse time doing stupid things.
Yeah, and I could have just sat on my phone for 2 hours, and I would have.
Yeah, I probably would have played Zelda, or probably would have slept more.
I've slept a lot these past few days. I don't know if you know this about having the flu, but when you have the flu, you sleep a lot.
So I just could not, for whatever reason, I could not sleep last night. It's like I knew I was going to have to get up early to deal with all this apartment stuff. Not early, but like I was going to have to be like, alert because they called me at like 8:15 this morning. So. And
were you like, Ethan Edgehill, hero of Middle Earth, how may I serve you?
I mean, I had woken up at 8:05. So I was sort of like, good morning. This is Ethan Edgehill. I would love an apartment. Thank you.
Oh my God. The funniest moment in the movie is when Kate McKinnon is like talking to somebody. Oh my God, I gotta pull up. I want to get it all right. I want to get as much of the quote correct as I can. If you IMDb the word ghost, one of the first things that comes up is Ghost Rider, and that's sort of offensive.
You would think it would be the movie Ghost.
You would think. You would.
Which I've never seen the movie Ghost, but it is referenced in so many things.
Kate McKinnon is interviewing Chris Hemsworth, and she goes, what is Chris Hemsworth's character's name?
Kevin.
Kevin, hi, Gillian Holtzman, Radio Times. What? Like interviewing him for the job, but doing it like a radio interview. I thought it was so funny.
I mean, she's definitely like a space case for sure.
Died. I was like, what a hilarious thing to say. I don't know why that got me so good.
There's definitely some good Kate McKinnon improv lines in this one. Yeah. Like when she just starts singing the Glinda song from The Wizard of Oz to the ghost when they're wandering around the theater. It's come out wherever you are. It's like, what are you doing? You're a Ghostbuster.
I thought she was really, really good.
I did think it was funny how they kept resisting the name Ghostbuster.
Yes.
But I did get bored of Kevin not being able to answer the phone.
Yeah, that guy. But
it was also
went
funny
on too long.
When he's just like, he picks it up and he's just like, hello, Ghost Breakers. What can I help you with? Yeah, okay, thank you. And puts the phone down and they're like, what is it? And he's like, oh, there's a goat on the loose.
And the other time where he answers the phone, he's like, oh, I was bored having that conversation.
It's like, why did they hire him? He's an idiot. Why did he have so many suitcases?
I don't know.
Why does he have a dog named My Cat?
Can I bring my cat?
Oh, yeah, because it was Mike Hat,
yeah.
right?
Well, his full name's Michael Hat.
Michael Hat. I can't do Australian, man. I keep jumping into this like Thor British voice because that's all he is to me.
He's everything to me.
No, he is Thor to me.
Well, yeah.
Like, I cannot separate Chris Hemsworth from Thor.
Yeah, no, neither can I. Which is, I think that's okay.
I mean, I think there are things he would hate being known for more, probably. I don't know. What has Chris Hemsworth done other than Thor?
Men in Black, Ghostbusters.
Yeah, he probably doesn't want to be remembered for Men in Black International.
I heard that it was about like this, where it was like, oh, that was a movie. I saw it. I did not. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, we're finding out. They're making a Bad Boys 3, 4. Bad Boys a lot. And I'm just not stoked about it. Also, MIB International got a 23%.
I have not seen it.
This Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson. Like, it should be good. They should do better. I don't know.
They did do a good movie together. It's almost like
Thor
the
Ragnarok.
director has more to do with it than...
It's almost like Taika Waititi got a bunch of nominations for a movie that I heard wasn't that great.
Jojo Rabbit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need to see that one.
Yeah, apparently. I thought I didn't. Now apparently I do.
It's just, it got an 80% and a 95% audience rating. But like everybody I heard that talked to it was just kind of like, yeah, I mean, it was a movie.
I just can't believe, it seemed like one of those things, sort of bringing it back to Tropic Thunder with the Robert Downey Jr. thing. I just felt like one of those things where I was like, can you get away with this? But
I mean, yeah,
apparently you can.
But like, it's got a wild cast because it's like, it's got Taika Waititi as Adolf Hitler and Sam Rockwell as what I'm imagining is a different Nazi. But then you also have like Rebel Wilson and Scarlett Johansson.
I'm willing to bet Rebel Wilson in a proper like New Zealand film is a thing of beauty.
I would hope so. I think it's on Amazon Prime. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Scarlett Johansson got a nomination for this, right?
She got it for Jojo Rabbit, not for Ghostbusters. She's not in Ghostbusters.
Well, that Ghostbusters didn't happen in...
Did Ghostbusters get any Oscar noms?
Ghostbusters 2016?
I'm willing...
If you think I remember what the nominations were from the 2016 Oscars.
Was that Shape of Water?
I believe so. Maybe not.
If so, I feel like I deserve a high five for that.
So Scarlett Johansson got a lead actress for Marriage Story and a supporting actress for Jojo Rabbit.
You think people get mad at Scarlett Johansson? I mean, I know they do. But do you think they get mad?
Yes, people are furious about that today. Literally today, people are mad about Scarlett Johansson getting Oscar nominations.
Because she's so good at everything. 2017 Kids' Choice Awards, Ghostbusters wins.
Okay, I could see that.
For favorite movie, actor, and actress. Melissa McCarthy, Chris Hemsworth.
That, like, I am sure that it is a short film documentary that will make me cry. But I really wish that Learning to Skateboard in a War Zone, parentheses, if you're a girl, was a Taika Waititi movie. Like, the name of a feature-length Taika Waititi fiction movie. Like, it would be amazing.
Can you believe that? The Kids' Choice Awards, I don't know if you remember this, and I don't know if this is still true. They were like a huge deal for me growing up.
I would rather win a Nickelodeon blimp than an Oscar.
Right?
To this day.
I think they do a podcast portion of it now.
They do. Red Link won it, I think.
The 2017 Blimp Awards. Finding Dory won. Oh my God. Get Out of Town. Listen, oh my God. We're going to go to the 2019 Blimp Awards because we're talking award shows now. Maybe this is what we're going to talk about on
No, we're talking about the Oscars. They announced the nominations today.
Okay, so...
But like, I would rather win a Blimp than most awards. Probably not an Oscar, to be honest. But than most, I would rather win a Blimp than like an MTV Moon Man. I would rather win a Blimp than an Emmy.
My dad's got a bunch of Emmys. Those things are sweet.
Yeah, but does he have a Nickelodeon Blimp?
No. This is the craziest thing about the Kids' Choice Awards is that despite the fact that they're blimps and on Nickelodeon, listen to these winners. Casey Undercover for Favorite Female TV Star, which is a Disney Channel show with Zendaya. Favorite Female Voice from an Animated Movie, Hotel Transylvania 3, Selena Gomez. Favorite Funny TV Show, Netflix show, Fuller House. Nickelodeon isn't winning any of these.
Winning what? The Kids' Choice Awards? Why would
Favorite
they?
Movie Actor, Noah Centineo, To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Good Lord. He beat it.
Oh, that's a movie we have to cover this year.
Get Out of Town.
I think.
Favorite Movie Actor. This is the Blimp Awards 2019. This was the lineup for Favorite Movie Actor. Noah Centineo from To All the Boys I Loved Before. Chadwick Boseman in Black Panther. Chris Evans in Infinity War. Chris Hemsworth in Infinity War. Dwayne Johnson in Skyscraper. And Jason Momoa in Aquaman. And Noah Centineo won.
Well, he's the white boy of the month, or he was then.
Oh my.
It's Penn Badgley now. Yeah, February 12th, 2020. So basically, as soon as I get back from India, we're going to have to cover To All the Boys, P.S. I Still Love You.
Can you just imagine being Emily Blunt and being like, yeah, this is amazing. I was in Mary Poppins Returns. I'm going to go to the Kids' Choice Awards and losing to Joey King from the Kissing Booth.
That's going to be wild.
What is this? I love this. This is the best. So there is no podcast category, at least according to IMDb.
Well, there will be eventually. Although you could probably get nominated for like, best internet celebrity or whatever for being a podcaster. Can you imagine being like David Dobrik and losing to a podcaster?
David Dobrik, he's got to have a podcast, right?
I don't think so. I think he's too busy being rich as Fortnite. See, that's my thing behind, like, I love making this podcast so much, but if I had like actor money, I don't know that I would make this podcast.
If this is what gave me that kind of money, I would.
No, but like that's what I'm saying. If I was an actor, it would be hard for me to be like, yeah, I'm going to make this podcast. I'm going to commit to this weekly thing while I'm making movies.
I don't think Dax Shepard acts.
Okay. Does he? Does he not?
Not anymore, I don't think.
Oh, well, I guess that Without a Paddle money really hit different. He lets his wife bring home that Frozen money.
I feel like if you're married to Kristen Bell, you just let Kristen Bell be Kristen Bell.
You let Kristen Bell be Kristen Bell. Go ahead.
Have fun with The Good Place. Have fun with Frozen.
He's on 16 episodes of Bless This Mess.
Oh yeah, he is in that. Yeah.
He was on 15 episodes of The Ranch in 2019. He's on episode of The Good Place.
I think that's an episode.
He was on Wet Hot American Summer 10 years later, the TV series, as Mikey for 2 episodes.
I feel like there's a certain consistency to these characters.
Yeah, I mean, it's Dax Shepard. He was, I believe, in a season 7 episode of Parks and Rec. I forgot they made a Veronica Mars movie.
Who's Veronica Mars?
The TV show that made Kristen Bell famous.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, apparently people really liked it.
Yeah, it was really good.
It just ended.
I think they did like a Gilmore Girls Day in the Life thing.
Oh, they must have.
Because it's 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2019.
Oh, it must have been then. But if you look at it, It's 2004 to 2019.
I also saw that and was shocked.
What the heck? There's no way.
They did,
Okay, we talked enough about Ghostbusters, and I want to talk about the Oscars. So let's go ahead and wrap this.
Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and do that. What would Ghostbusters be if it was a breakfast food? Be slimy.
It would be slimy. It's like super
strictly
slimy.
Be like,
it's like,
yeah, just like raw egg.
No, it's like just egg yolks, like green food dye.
No, it'd be like those people that get up in the morning and they drink a raw egg because they think it's good for them because somebody told them one time 5 years ago that it would be a good idea.
Would you do it?
No.
I'll give you $20.
No, not worth it.
All right.
Bro, look, we are not in college anymore. I've got $20.
You owe me $20 now.
No, I don't think I do.
That's how that works. That's how that works.
I did not agree to odds.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, what was the twist we added to odds the other day that I loved? It wasn't the other day. It was like 3 weeks ago. But time is a.
Was that the night I had to drink the oof?
Yeah, you had to drink.
Because that was a different person.
That was a different human being.
Your party the next night killed me.
And were you reborn a new man?
I was reborn a new man.
What was the it was if you go higher than 1 in
Ladies and gentlemen, oof was red wine and coffee.
Yes. Oof.
Oh, it's like if I said above the threshold that you thought was acceptable, I had to knock it down to 1 in 5.
It was either that or
I think that was what it was, because you were like, there's a number I have in mind for the highest you can go, and if you exceed that number, your odds are 1 in 5.
That's a great stipulation.
Yeah, but also, like, if you ever say anything, if I say 1 in 10 and you're like, I was actually thinking of 1 in 7, you're a dick.
No, obviously. I think the lowest your stipulated number would be like 1 in 10.
Yeah.
Which is what I think it was.
And there's most things. That's what I said, was 1 in 10, and we both said 6, and I had to drink red wine and coffee. I've never had worse things in my body. I would rather drink a whole cup of oof than a straight shot of tequila with no chaser.
I love tequila.
Just like you would just knock back a shot of tequila, no salt, no lime, no nothing, and be like, that was good. My stomach feels great.
Before I drank a cup of oof, yeah.
I've never done a shot of tequila where I didn't feel for at least 30 seconds like I was going to throw up.
Okay, so big board ranking.
Have we been keeping up with the big board? Are we being good podcast boys this year?
I'm always a good podcast boy. Is it better than Hocus Pocus?
Yes.
Is it better than She's the Man?
Probably.
Is it better than Zombieland? Okay,
No.
cool. That solves that.
Yeah, no, it's just not. Oh, man, I miss Zach Pearson, man.
Who am I thinking of?
The writing was Zach Pearson.
It was
There's a
Zach
list
Pearson,
for
but I'm
us that
thinking
one
Matt
time.
Pearson.
That's a friend of ours from like Life.
From Life, yeah. But that's when you said
We pulled him out of the Game of Life board game.
we did. We gave him. We animated him.
Gave him sentience. He was just a car with 3 pink pegs sticking out of it. And we turned him into a boy.
A boy with a beard.
Okay, anyway, Bacon and Eggs is Tyler Carlin and Ethan Edgehill every week. I don't know why I said it like that. That was weird. You can find the show at Bacon and Eggs Pod on Twitter and or Instagram, or you can go to wbne.org to find out all the information you need to know about Bacon and Eggs, as well as all of the other great shows there, like Sincerely Us. You're going to hear a promo right now for Sincerely Us, your favorite musical theater podcast brought to you by Enef Fuenmayor and Becca Edos.
Dear listener, today's going to be a good day, and here's why.
Because today, you're about to find your new favorite theater podcast. I'm Becca.
And I'm Eni, and we're the host of Sincerely Us, a podcast for the casual musical theater fan. And when we say casual, we mean casual.
We don't know every show in existence, and we don't pretend to.
Our show is mostly about how perfect Jeremy Jordan is.
And what we would do if we met Lin-Manuel Miranda on the street.
I would be unable to move or form words.
This is a show for theater nerds, by theater nerds. Every Wednesday on WBNE.
Sincerely Us.
You're gonna have to get used to that shtick. We use it every single episode.
That show's so good. They had the vocal coach from The Lightning Thief.
The Lightning
and
Thief.
From
On yesterday.
And from Be More Chill on yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
And I imagine it was excellent. I haven't heard it yet because it's not
I think
out.
both of them cried.
But I'm
A lot.
If you like musical theater in any capacity, they make it super accessible for everyone because they are also like casual musical theater fans. So you should definitely listen to Sincerely Yes. It is a very, very good podcast.
You should indeed. Go to WBNE.org to find out where that podcast is available, or to go to any podcaster and type Sincerely, us. Sincerely spelled the way you usually spell it, and us spelled the way you usually spell
Us
it.
like United States.
As opposed to what? How else do you spell us?
United States of America.
That's USA.
Ukrainian states.
Hey, why do people call it the Ukraine?
I don't know.
Why is Ukraine not just the name of the country? I don't understand. If you are from whatever that country is called, please tell us. Please email us and tell us how you'd like us to pronounce it, and also why people put a the in front of it. Thank you.
Also, if you're from the Ohio State University, you can email us, but I will only respond by saying Roll Tide.
I think it's Roll Tigers, actually. That game's literally tonight.
Oh, I know. Just in general, Roll Tide.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you're from the Ohio State University, sorry about your loss in the semifinals. You guys talked mad for no reason. Kind of like Patriots fans, losing the first game of the playoffs.
Have you seen these Titans?
You lost to Ryan Tannehill, bud. Ryan Tannehill.
The Dolphins have always been Brady's crux.
Doesn't play for the Dolphins anymore. I don't know what to tell you. Plays for the Tennessee Titans, backing up Marcus Mariota, who's apparently out. I learned this yesterday.
Yeah. Oh no, it's Tannehill time.
Well, because I didn't watch. Has nothing to do with the show, but I didn't watch the Patriots game because I was like, oh, Patriots Titans. Like Patriots have obviously got this.
Yeah. Who'd have thought?
And then I didn't watch the Ravens Titans game because I was like, I mean, it's the Ravens and Titans. Like, yeah, that was a fluke last week, but they obviously got this.
Yeah.
And now I don't know. I mean, Patrick Mahomes better not overlook, like, Patrick Mahomes cannot be looking past the Titans right now.
Did you not see him put up 41 unanswered points?
I mean, okay, whatever. Doesn't matter, dude. Like, the Titans can do anything, apparently.
They can. You better remember. Forever.
Yeah, had a great game last night. Seahawks at Packers for the right to lose to Jimmy Garoppolo.
Right?
I don't think anybody's stopping that freight train, although I can only hope. Although it would be great. Like, obviously, I want my team to win a Super Bowl. I want the Packers to go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. But I will be in Bangalore
Okay, so that's something.
when the Super Bowl happens. So, like, that kind of sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck because it's, like, awesome. But it's just one of those things where, like, why can't they do the Super Bowl when I'm not in India?
I'll be honest. The Packers being in what is it? What do we call this? The Final Four.
Yeah, they're made it to the championship round.
They're the only team of these four that I'm like, we're really looking for something new here. Like, they're just always a good team. The other three teams are not always good teams, you know?
Okay. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I'll be like, if you're a Packer fan, and you are, then
Sure, except, the Niners,
the Niners are...
who haven't been bad in, 10 years.
Niners are terrible. They've always been terrible.
But they're not. They have not always been terrible.
Really?
Colin Kaepernick played in a Super Bowl.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Like, they're not good. They're not good every year, but, like, Garoppolo was called the second son of Jesus.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they won 14 games.
No,
Like,
I know. They're a great team. They're a great team. The freaking Eagles, man. Ugh.
Anyway, let's close this out. Bacon and Eggs has been a production of WB&E. Thank you for listening to the show. As always, I've been Ethan Edgehill. He's been Tyler Carlin. And until next week, arrivederci.
Ain't afraid of no ghosts.